A new piece of technology you might want to try out is called Wizer Me. We have used this in language arts quite a bit in 7th grade. I know some other people that use it. Stephanie Steinmetz in 7th grade math. So it's called Wizer Me, and it's kind of like a digital worksheet, but it'll do some of the grading for you if you choose, those options. So I'm in Wizer Me. Once you get to, logging in and you click create a worksheet, this is basically what your opening sheet will look like. Off to the left, you have some design options. You can change it however you like. Maybe you like polka dots, and I like green, so I can select that, and it'll change it. One thing about Wizer Me is it's a little slow sometimes, so just something to think about. And then you can change your title, your theme title, that kind of stuff, the color. You can change the font. I'm not a fan of an all capitalized font. Probably the English teacher in me. So I have that set up now. And then over here, I see my title. I can create a title for it. So maybe I'm doing math worksheet number 5. So down at the bottom, oh, this wasn't here. Down at the bottom, when you open up, you'll see some different choices of tasks that you can give them. You could do an open-ended question, in which point you would have to go in and grade it. You could do a multiple choice. There's some like fill in the blank, or you could put an image on here if you were doing science and then add little dots, and the kids could add to labeling it. You can do matching. The ones that I've done the most often are matching, open question, and sorting. So I've done sorting before, where I've had like what type of sentence is each. So I would label my categories: simple, compound, and maybe I want to do another one. I want to do complex. And then under each sentence type, or under each category, I would write. So I would put maybe 3 simple sentences. I like pie. School is fun. I like summer. And then I would do the same thing for compound, and I would do the same thing for complex. And then once I'm done, it sets it up in a way that the kids have to then, this is my key, the way I'm looking at it, but the kids will get it, and they'll have to drag the sentences so that it would fit under each category. So that's kind of interesting. Matching, self-explanatory. If you've done Quizlet, it's probably the same way. Match the words with the definition. You can give as much instruction as you want. You could attach a video. You could record your instructions. And then you put your matching pairs. So pie, a delicious filled dessert. And then you would continue adding on as many matching pairs as you want. When you're done, the students would have to connect them together. So it's just kind of a nice visual. And then multiple choice. You write your question, and then you put your answers. And then you want to just make sure that you select the correct answer, and then it'll auto-grade for you. So you can go through and add as many questions as you want. There are places where if you want to just add a video, you could hook in a video from YouTube. You could add just an image. You could add just text. Maybe you just want an explanation box, whatever you decide to do. So one other thing is, once you have all your questions in here, if you want to reorder them, there are these 3 dots over here. Oops. And it'll ask you to change the questions order, and so you can move questions around. Maybe I want this one to be question 1, up at the very top. If you need to edit it, you have to click on the question, and then you can edit the one question at a time. So once your worksheet is all done and you have it the way you want it, you make sure that your keys are in there, that you have the correct answers selected. You click Save. Oh, I need to say what class this is. It's ELA, grade 7, and then it'll save. If you want to see how it's going to look from a student perspective, you click Review, and this is how it'll look for the kids. So it's multiple choice. Here's where they would drag each of these boxes into the, they would select under here which category it falls into and sort them. And then they can match it. Now, obviously, there'd be more. But from there, you want to now assign it to your learners. And the easiest way, you can put it in, I can't remember if you can put it in Classroom. The way I share it is I always just create an assignment. You have to make your worksheet public. You could give the kids automatic feedback, so if they miss it right away, they'll see when they turn their worksheet which one they missed in, which is probably a good thing to do in our time right now. That way you don't have to go back and give them the right answers. They can see what they missed. And then I want to create the assignment. There we go. And you can post it in Google Classroom. I like to just do everything from my website, so I usually just label it for the year in case I use the same worksheet next year, January 2020. Actually, it would be March 2020, but and then from there I can get a link for it. I can copy the link and then go to my Google Calendar, using Nadine's as an example, and instead go to Google, Wizer Me, and then I would hyperlink this as my link, and then the kids can click on it right away and see it. From here, when you want to look at your answers, let's see, if I put it in Google Classroom, I think it'll put it in my Google Classroom. I think I have to do it one at a time. So I could also assign it in Google Classroom if I wanted to. Either way. Now this one you'd have to go through and do it for each individual class though. It only is going to post to one class at a time. Alright, so I've done that. Now when I'm ready to see their answers after they've done it, I'm going to click over here, Answers. And their names, as they start doing it, their names will pop up here. And then when they finish, they have to submit the answer, and then you'll be able to see their answer in this area here. So just a little intro to Wizer Me if you're interested. If you have any questions, let me know.